Cool. Okay, I think we're live. Let's check this out. Hey. Okay, I think we're live. Let's check this out. Hey. Okay, I think we're live. Let's check this out. Cool. 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 Who's my one viewer? Yeah, switch that to live. No one's watching. Okay. Got it. Okay. Cool. So we got that. Nice. Okay, let's just run some audio real quick. And I'll check it on my phone. Okay, let's just run some audio real quick. Alright, cool. That sounds great, actually. Nice. I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. This is the the ugly beginning, but you know, this is just getting everything set up. I don't know if you can see her. There she is. We got Pepper. We got Dr. Pepper in the building. My homie. My biggest fan. She doesn't speak English, but she's in here all the time when I'm working on music. So, goes to show I got a fan. I have a fan. It's my cat. But you know what? I love my cat, so I can't complain. This is exciting. Yeah, just gonna wait here a bit. I'm curious if I hit this. in the stream. Is that Pondo? That's Pondo. That's definitely Pondo. Someone literally is in the live stream right now. What's going on, Pondo? How's the sorry, I just got a text. How is the quarantine treating you? Things going okay for you? I know luckily a lot of people have been able to go back home and live with their families while all this madness is going on. So yeah, no, I feel that the boredom is nice. Well, you just woke up. Yeah, that's the other thing too with this quarantine. You know, so many people are like really staying up late and, you know, just it's easy to lose track of time, I feel, because we're inside all the time. It's kind of like the whole idea that if you were underground and you had the lights on all the time, you wouldn't know what time of day it is. It's starting to already feel that way, even though we can clearly check the clock or just look outside. But yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's getting pretty crazy. I'm already starting to lose my mind a little bit. We got 2 people. Who's the new person? Also, I know that I need to fix this so you guys don't see this screen. When I switch to it, like, I'm pretty new to this. So for this live stream, we are going to just stick with it. And I will check the chat every now and then. There's got to be a way to... Oh, God, no, not that. This is the setup phase. This is... God, I wish I could put this off to the side or something. That'd be nice. But it's okay. Let me check my settings real quick though. Video. Stream. No. General. Because I feel like there is a way to make sure you guys only see one screen and you don't see me hopping around all over the place, which would probably be a lot better for you guys. But, you know, I have no idea what I'm doing. So, but we're going to figure this out together. You know what I'll do when I'm checking the chat? With that said, it is now officially 2 p.m. People will hopefully start coming in soon. I don't know how well it's going to run at 128. I think they'll be okay. I just noticed the massive mirror tunnel of streaming things you have. Yeah, it's kind of the whole inception of screens. It's fun. It's fun. But yeah, we're gonna give people some time to hop in here. I'm glad that you're here, Pondo. This is gonna be a fun experience. I'm glad to have you along for the ride, as they say. But you know what? While we are waiting, I'm gonna Google it on my phone, so you guys don't have to watch it on my screen here. Let's see, how to lock OBS 2 1 screen or window, whatever. How do I lock an image? Yeah, because I essentially just want to keep this locked into the Ableton screen for you guys, so you guys don't have to worry about me hopping into OBS. But you know what? No, screw it. We're gonna roll with it today. You guys are gonna see all the behind the scenes stuff. Ooh. Very exciting. And then hopefully by tomorrow, which I plan on doing another stream tomorrow because why not? You know? I'm thinking after this I will hopefully, you know, get this all sorted so you guys only see the Ableton screen, which is all that we're focusing on today. But yeah, I'm gonna give people some time to hop in. Honestly, if we can just get up to 5-10 viewers, whatever, I'm gonna start. But I'm gonna give people a few minutes, and while we do that, I'm gonna go grab some water because this is gonna be a long live stream, I feel. So I will be right. All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Got my water. I got my lovely, if you guys can see it, it's right here. My lovely water bottle, which is great for my room because I have technology everywhere. What do you want? What? Meow. All right, Pepper wants to leave the room. I guess she's camera shy. Go. Get out. Come on. Dr. Pepper has left. Anywho, what was I saying? Ah, yes. My water bottle. This guy is awesome. I actually got it for free. It's kind of like a knockoff Hydro Flask, basically. I got it from my church. As you can see, it says "Raise a Hallelujah" right there. Preach, shout out to One and All Church. I got my sticker for the youth ministry there. And then pretty much all the other stickers were from like the NAMM show, which I went to for the first time this year. If you don't know what the NAMM show is, it is an awesome convention for music producers, audio engineers, basically just anyone in the industry who's curious about new technology, getting to meet other people, check out some cool seminars that people do there. It's a fun time. But yeah, this guy is fantastic for my room because I have a computer over here and a computer over there for my gaming. And when you have a normal cup of water that you could potentially knock over, it is terrifying because I have all this technology, and if I got water all over them, I could potentially ruin it all, and that would suck. So the goal is to have that not happen. Sorry, just got a message. Okay, I'll check that later. But yeah, this guy is great because it's closed cap, which is fantastic. Because I actually did once accidentally knock over water in my room while I had the computer on and everything, and that was terrifying because I essentially jacked up the keyboard. Certain keys didn't work anymore. That was terrible. So I never want that to happen again, because it even kind of leaked like under my MIDI keyboard here. Luckily, it's got a good protective like covering around it, so I think the actual technological part of it didn't get messed up or anything. But I digress. It was still terrifying. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna wait a bit longer. Sounds juicy. It was very juicy, super juicy, refreshing. There was a saying that one of my old science teachers from middle school used to say. Mr. Oh my god, I forgot his name. He was my favorite teacher from middle school. Anyway, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But, yeah. I'm gonna check something real quick, so I will be right back. All right, we are back. I just had to check something. So we got a few viewers here, and by a few I really mean just a couple. But someone sent me a message that made me very happy that they are watching, which is awesome. So we will get started shortly. Sorry, Pondo, to keep you waiting. That's nice. So someone just sent me a text. But yeah, we will get this going shortly. I'm gonna hit up a few more people. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, I want them to check it out for sure. My phone's doing this annoying thing where it shows a notification for someone or just from anyone, and then I open it and there's no new messages there. It's stupid. It's playing with my emotions. I don't enjoy it. But anyways. Oh god, no. Accidentally messed up a smiley face and made it a sad face. I love when that happens. Anyways, with the viewers that we have, let's just get started by interacting with you guys. I'll start with you, Pondo. What is one question that you have for me right now that you would want me to answer about music production? Anything you've been curious about, anything that you want me to show you, explain to you, do a little, how-to explanation, let me know. Because my big idea, I want to get started on it soon, but I want to have just a few more people in here before we get going on that, because I want this to be like a really interactive thing, Ah. Can I just hide this? Oh, I can. Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, because I don't need to see myself. I don't want to see myself. What if we do this? That looks stupid, but at least it's like me just checking out the chat. It's a better view. We are going so ghetto mode right now with this live stream. It's 2020, and this is how I'm operating my live stream. I love it. My friends, someone's texting me like, hey, I'm trying not to distract you. It's like too late. It's fine. Okay, so Panda's question is, how long does it take to make one song? Like, what's your process for each song? Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? No, I'll keep the window open. Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of people get this question. Honestly, any song can take a different amount of time. That doesn't really answer your question, so I'll give you a time frame. It really depends how into the song I am as well. How much I mentally am just like obsessed with coming back to it or not. Because I tend to keep myself busy with other things, which is both a good and bad thing. Because, well, I've noticed it's actually not a terrible thing to take my time on my songs and take some breaks from them, because it's always good to come back to a song after a few days or even a week and then get back on the creative train, getting back to the process, because sometimes when you get so indulged in a song, but you don't really know exactly in your mind where you want it to go, sometimes you can actually do more harm than good, because you're trying too hard to make the song something good, something decent. But honestly, sometimes I start a song and I think it's great where it's at, but then I start to develop more and more of it, and I just like hit a wall. And there are actually many song projects that I haven't come back to in months. But for the songs that I have released, typically one song would take, I want to say, a month, sometimes under a month. At the longest, a couple or 3 months. I typically don't want to take that long on a song, because a song really shouldn't take me that long nowadays, So, yeah. On average, though, I would say a month or under a month for one song. And it's funny you ask, like, what's my process for each song. One sec. Because I feel like the process is always changing for every song, or at least there's different variations for every song. Because, for example, the new song that I started yesterday, all of this stuff right here, waving my mouse over, that is the drop for this new song. And I actually started with the drop because just last night, or just yesterday, I had an idea for how this drop would sound in my head. And once I had like the melody and the overall basis of how I wanted it to sound and I could capture it in my head, I thought, okay, I'll start with that and then we'll work backwards and we'll do the intro and the verse and the build up and all of that later, which is what I'm doing with this song. But sometimes it's the complete opposite. Sometimes I will start with, it's actually very rare I ever start with making drums, because drums have gotten fairly easy for me to program in. I can always kind of picture, based off the genre that the song is going to be in, what the drums need to sound like. I feel like I've gotten a decent hold of always knowing what kind of drum patterns or what style and what rhythms the drums are going to be. So it's never too much starting with drums. I know some people start out that way, but not for me. It's usually always I start with making a drop because I'll be like screwing around with sound design and maybe I'll make a cool bass sound. Like a long time ago I made this guy. Like a super gritty sound or something. And then I think, oh, that's cool. And sometimes literally one sound like that, like that's me after Chipotle. But even just one sound like that, or even cool lead synthesizer sounds like this guy. Give me one sec, I have to find a part where it's unmuted so I can play it for you. Something like that can be very inspiring for me. And so sometimes it just takes one sound for me to come up with something. And then all these ideas start spinning in my head and I'm like, oh, okay, like with that growl sound, I can make a dubstep song out of this. I can make like a drum and bass or a cool like super slow tempo type song, or vice versa with a lead sound like that. Maybe a house song or something would come to mind. Honestly, my process really just comes from inspiration from sounds, and I think that's why there's quite a bit of variation in my music, because as you've probably been able to tell if you've listened to a lot of my songs, I can jump from like something that's total major key, something that's very uplifting, happy sounding, like a good uplifting vibe, or I can jump to something like that and think like, all right, let's make something dark and menacing and cool and badass and aggressive. And I definitely have that differentiation going on with my stuff. So when it comes to the process, it's not so much about usually having an exact song in my head, which was kind of different for the new song that I actually started last night that we're going to explore today. But what's interesting is that sometimes it comes from just playing with a piano. And what's great about my Ableton Push 2 is that I can pick what scale I am, if I'm in major or minor, or even a bunch of other like crazy music scales. But you know, I could just start playing with some chords. And then start coming up with something. But yeah, I mean, it's interesting the process. I would say what always sticks with me is that I like to take my time, and typically the process for the songs that I release are a bit long because they generally go through a lot of changes from how I initially pictured they were going to be, but turning into something that I am actually very happy with. Because, you know, you can't get fixated on something that you imagined in your head, because you also have to be realistic with your creative process, you know. But, you know, for the fun of it, Pondo, because I love you and I got nothing better to do, I'm going to play you. I'll loop this real quick. So this is the drop that I came up with just yesterday and spent a few hours working on. Here we go. Or you know what? I need to switch to headphones. I just realized that because I have audio leaking. Oh, there we go. That's much better. Now I can hear myself. I just switched to direct monitoring. Now you won't hear it leaking through the speakers into the mic. You're just going to hear the direct sound now, which is cool. I need to turn my audio up. So here we go. Here is my drop that I came up with just last night. I don't know why I said last night. I didn't actually come up with this last night. I came up with it yesterday, but you get the idea. So yeah, that is that. Also, let me know real quick in the chat if my mic is too loud or if the desktop audio, essentially the music audio, is too loud for you or too quiet. If you need any adjustments there, please let me know, because I need to be aware of that stuff. It was sounding good. I checked it earlier on my phone. All the audio is coming through okay on there. But yeah, let me know real quick if you guys need any audio adjustments. I can only push up my mic so much more. I don't really have the best preamp for my mic. I'm literally just running it straight from... yeah, unfortunately, with the live streams, the comments take a bit because there's actually a delay. There is a latency with the live stream coming out to YouTube, and then to you guys, and then back to me when it comes to the comments. So yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to your guys' replies, when I ask a question, I'm just gonna like wait 30 seconds or so to hear back. But that's fine. Luckily, a cool feature with the audio interface I'm using right now, the Scarlett 2i2, I can still hear myself with the direct monitoring thing with the microphone, which is fantastic. Because if I don't, I'm going to unintentionally talk louder than I need to be. It's kind of the whole thing where if you can't hear yourself, you tend to talk louder. But anywho, so that's the drop that I made yesterday. I think it sounds pretty dope. It's kind of got a Haywire sound to it. If you guys don't know who Haywire is, he is a awesome EDM artist. As a matter of fact, I'll play some of his stuff for you guys because it's dope. I don't know if I'm gonna get a copyright strike for this. I'll just play bits and pieces of his songs. He makes really cool trippy stuff. Like, oh my god, this song's awesome. I'm just gonna jump to the drop because that's what I'm mainly focused on here. That's just the intro. Here we go. This drop is awesome. This stuff is awesome. But yeah, he has a cool style that I really dig. That that kind of like trippy dubstep, but with like complextro elements to it. It's awesome. Oh, okay. Since I'm not familiar with all the pieces of the music, what are the components? What are the individual colored lines you have? Okay, yeah, I can break that down for you. So all these guys here off to the right are essentially audio tracks or MIDI tracks. Right now I'm basically only using MIDI because that's electronic music for you. I'll open these up so you can see them a little better. So all these guys are their own loops. They're their own sounds. For example, this is my drum loop. So if I soloed only this, you're only going to hear the drums from this section, which sound like this. Incredible drums, state of the art, I know. I'm actually gonna pan this a little more. And we're gonna do a quick EQ because I'm not in love with the overall sound of that snare. It just needs a little more oomph. I'll explain what I'm doing in a second, but I just wanted to show you this. So these are my drums, and if I switch to this view, which is the mix view, I actually need to, I need to fix this. It's gonna bother me. I love having my tracks named exactly what they are. I don't like all this extra info crap. HH, that's my hi-hat, which is the... So, yeah, so this is the drum track. Here's the bass track. I don't know how good you'll be able to hear it if you're watching this from a phone or anything. But if I blend this with this guy, this is a trick I use a lot that I learned a while back. You layer what I call a grit bass onto your bass, which is just like a cool, low, distorted sawtooth sound. And what it does is it plays everything that the bass is playing, but because it's going with the bass, I'm essentially just allowing those bass notes to be heard at slightly higher frequencies that are more audible to the ear. For example, if I play this drop for you and take this grit bass out, it's still there, it's still cool, but now if I add it back in, you can just hear it, and it adds something. It does something really cool that I absolutely love. So that's the whole bass section right there. There's the drums, there's my bass. Why I keep them next to each other is really just personal preference. And then I'll open this for you, which I call the super saw, even though I've completely changed it from sounding like a normal super saw, which is the chords that you're hearing at the start of each section in the drop. And it's doing something really cool along with the drums. I'll solo the drums with it. There's a ducking sound effect happening, which is coming from the compressor. This is called side chaining, which I will explain to you right now. You see this button right here, side chain? All you do is when you load in the compressor, it's going to look like this little arrow here. This is for the Ableton compressor. You open this up, you get the sidechain option, and then you just select where you want to sidechain it from. In my case, I am going from the drums and then sidechaining it from the kick in that drum. And I'm doing that all post fader, post mixer. So it's, essentially sidechaining everything that comes from the final product of the kick, which is good because I did do a tiny bit of processing, I think, on the kick. Let me see. No, I didn't. I thought it did. Huh. Guess not. Anywho, what it's doing is every time the kick is played, these chords, the super saw, it takes the information of the kick hitting and it uses that to bring the volume down on itself and then raise it back up. So it's doing this like lower volume up, down, up every time the kick hits. And I can change how much gain reduction the kick causes for it right here with my threshold, and you can see it right here with the gain reduction. So it's doing a fair amount of gain reduction, right? So we're at like -32, but I'll show you what happens if I was to bring it up. Now we're not really hearing that effect, and I want it to be over the top sounding because that's kind of the EDM style, that show kind of thing. And this is the sound that I'm working with. It's a really basic sound, but if I turn all these effects off, it would just sound like that. So the first thing I did, I used the EQ to brighten it up. Then I brought in the phaser and the flanger to just make that cool sound. And then the chorus, just to make it a little wider, a little bit more chorusy. So that's that sound. That's essentially all that's going on with it. With this EQ, all I'm doing is right here, I'm just doing a cool sweeping effect. So that's that. And then there's this guy, the ARP, which only plays at the end of each section of the drop that repeats every, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, every 8 bars. God, I suck at math. It's so simple. But anyways, that's that sound, which I love because it's modeled after the ARP 2600, which is a old school analog synth that would probably take up a ton of room in real life, in your studio, whatever. It's taking a while to load, jeez. So this is what this thing would look like in real life. This is a plugin modeled after, as you can tell, it would be stupid tall. It's ridiculous. It actually folds up into a case, which is cool. But a real one of those would be also really freaking expensive. And then this guy right here is this sound. My little dubstep farts. Might not sound like or seem like much, but it does a lot. I always love having those quick little random sound effects in my songs. I think that having a certain amount of complexity and weirdness is always cool. Same with this guy. Which is also from an ARP 2600 sound. And last but not least, for the drop, we have our synth melody going on here. Don't let your ears fool you. The audio is not cutting in and out. I purposely did that because there is reverb on this guy. There is delay on this guy. But if I were to not mute this melody after every time it plays, all the reverb and delay trails would just leak into the other sounds. And I want every sound to be able to have the spotlight at their own moment. So I'll have a song with just those little orange guys. All my sound effects. That'd be crazy. Just not that. I have the wrong thing selected. Just I really could make a chord. That sounds horrible. And why it's that way is because I have this distortion effect on it. It does a ton of crazy stuff to it. But yeah, so all those individual sounds kind of have their own moment, which is cool. Because you can see, like, with my supersaw, with my chords, they go right there. And then the right there. And then it comes back to the chords. And then we have those super fast moments for those sound effects that just add a little flavor, a little spicy hot sauce to the song. As we can tell. But anywho, then what I did was I took the chords. No, I didn't. I'm a liar. I made up some new chords for the beginning of the song, for the verse, because I want to always have some differentiation. I don't think that's the word I'm looking for, but I want contrast in my songs. You know, if I use the same chords, same chord progression the entire song, it'll get really not only lazy sounding. Man, sorry, I woke up a little early today, and by that I mean like 11 o'clock. But what I mean by that is I need to have some variation in chord progression, also melody, just so that the song has a flow. There's really different sections to it. That's very important, because if I repeated the same chords the entire song, it would get very predictable, which makes it very boring very fast. So last night I came up with this piano chord progression, which is this. And that is a awesome chord progression. It's got a lot of opportunity that I can use it for, you know? I always feel that if I can get a chord progression that sounds awesome on the piano, it almost always, like 99% of the time, translates really well to any other synthesizer sound. Because, you know, the piano is, in my mind, the foundational instrument for any song that I do. I always come back to the piano. Tears my flow. For those who are watching that don't know what Pondo is talking about, Tears My Flow, that is, I don't want to say it's an inside joke, but it was from a music appreciation class that we were taking. It was Flow My Tears. That chord progression is lit. Thank you. Yeah, I really dig it. I can't say that I 100% came up with it, because I had a bit of writer's block last night when it came to that. So what I did is I used what has been one of the most helpful tools ever. Keep yawning. Sorry. Which is this guy, Cthulhu. Cthulhu is a awesome plugin, in my opinion, that you can get. It's pretty cheap too. I forget exactly how much it is. It's maybe like $50 or something, which in the music world, that's fairly cheap. But anyways, it has two main options. You can use them simultaneously or separately. I mainly go to Cthulhu for their chords setup. What you do is you run a plugin, a synth, a piano emulator, whatever, a VST that, you know, you're trying to play your chords with, for our instance, the piano emulator here. And, oh my god, my voice cracked. But anyways, you link this up as the input to your plugin, which in this case is our piano plugin, and you would run any setting here. There's all of these cool guys, but what I did was I put it in the key that we're using, which is A sharp minor or B flat minor, whatever you want to call it, same thing. And then I routed it, and then it, depending on any key that I play that's in that key, it makes all these cool chords that I can essentially pick and choose from. And over time, I figured out this chord progression, and I loved it, so then I recorded it, and I put all that MIDI information into the loop for the piano, so now I don't need Cthulhu anymore. Bye. But anyways, now I have all that information in my piano, and now my chords are there. And so what I did next was I took that chord progression But because, as you can tell, some of these chords have 5 notes, actually all of them do, except for the last one. The last one has 4 notes. But because of that, when I moved it over to this arpeggiator, which what I did was I just pulled up a normal synth sound from this amazing emulator of Jupiter 8, which is an iconic, classic synthesizer from the 70s, from the 80s. I know that the 70s was when synthesizers were really starting to kick off and start to actually gain some popularity. So what I did was, if I turn this arpeggiator off, then we're just hearing the normal synthesizer. But now, if I turn the arpeggiator effect on, as you can tell, every time I hold down different notes at the same time, it's now arpeggiating through all those for me, which is one of the best cool tools that Ableton provides. I absolutely love it. So I put it at the rate of 1/8 notes, and I brought the gate down pretty freaking low, which means that it's not letting a whole lot of audio trail through. And so what I'm doing here is I took that chord progression, and then because this one had 4 notes, and because I'm running it through 1/8 notes, which is divisible by 4, obviously, when I had 5 notes in a chord, running it through 1/8 notes, it didn't really sound right, because, you know, it's running this extra note all the time in all the other chords except for the last one, and logically and comparatively to the last chord, it didn't sound right. So what I did was I took 1 note out of the chords that had 5 notes in them, and then I essentially took that chord progression and just brought it down here, and then arpeggiated it, and I got this sound. And now we play it with the piano. That's so cool. I love it. Oh, I love it. This is, I think, the perfect intro sound to the song. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm just going to copy and paste that there. And that will be our first 8 bars of the song. And what I plan on doing is I might do a cool, quick little intro. I don't know. But I kind of want to just get down to the nitty-gritty of this song, which is the big announcement that I've been saving to tell you guys. For this live stream series, what I want to do is I want to essentially build this song with you guys. You asked me how my creative process goes. You're going to witness it firsthand, live, in real time, as I create this song. Which is going to be both very entertaining and at sometimes very boring for you guys. I don't say very boring, but possibly repetitive and slightly annoying, because sometimes when I'm working on a sound, it can take me a little bit to figure out exactly where I want it to be, because I can be very nitpicky on certain sounds, especially when it comes to sound effects, because I always want my sound effects to be interesting, cool, and at least somewhat different from what everyone else is doing. because I don't want to just sound like Skrillex or just like AU5 or just like Avicii or just like Haywire or just like, you know, you fill in the blank. You get what I'm saying. But anyways, I want to take this song and build it with you guys right here. That's my goal. I think that'd be really cool, you know? So, I might actually make this the intro. Sorry, I'm starting to picture the song progression in my head. So what I'm thinking is I'm not even going to worry about the drop right now, because now we are in the beginning, the entirely different section of this song. So, you know what? Since we're about to get this started, let me reach out to a couple people. I'm gonna put the link to this in some group chats right now. Because I know some people that would definitely have fun watching this. So I'm going to reach out to them right now. Because I can. John Dowland won a Grammy for his hit single. Really? And what single is that? Freaking John Dowland. If you guys don't know who John Dowland is, let me tell you. This guy's a freaking psychopath. God, where's the song? We're getting into some classical music right here, like Renaissance, Baroque. Oh my God, it's too many songs. Okay, let's just go to his top ones. Which one was it? Was it this one? What the frick? What? Here it is. Yeah. Oh, this stupid song. Buys it. Sells it. Buys it. Oh, what was the other weird song? About the guy getting turned down by the 14-year-old girl when he was in like his 30s. What was the song? Yeah, the guy was a total creep pedophile back then. These are the good old days of music. Oh, God, what artist was that? I think it was Mashout. If I do recall, I'm not spelling that right, am I? No, it's not Monchout, but I think you spelled that part right. Mashout. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, God. What was the song? It was this breakup song, remember? You remember, Panda. You remember. Yes, you do. Oh, God. What was the song? What was the song? Since I am forgotten by you. Yes. Yes. Since. Okay, hang on. Since I am forgotten. God dang it. It's probably in freaking. That stupid language. By that stupid language. I mean. Since I am forgotten by you, Mashout. What is the actual name? Puis Quen Halbli. That's not how you pronounce it at all. But God dang it. That's how I'm pronouncing it. And you're just gonna have to deal with it. Alright? What was it? Oh, God. Puis Quen Oubli. Okay, maybe if I just look that up. Puis. Oh my God, I can't remember this. Quen. What is that? Who put the apostrophe there? It's so unnecessary. Oubli. Ah, yes. Here we go. I found it. It's so creepy. It's so creepy. Oh, man. Who was the guy that made 443? Was it John Cage? That guy is also a psychopath. That guy's a freaking lunatic. It's amazing. And this is history, you know? Sorry, this guy text. Oh my God, this intro is so long. Oh wait, oh no! Is this just a cover? No! No, it's just a cover. Oh no! No! No, we need the version with the singing. That's what we need. That's what we want. Also, I hope that you are enjoying the mic quality. This is my first time really using this mic for a live stream by myself. I did use it in the past for a couple gaming videos. It was for a channel that didn't really kick off. Nothing went wrong. We just weren't really feeling it. God, where's the freaking song? What the heck? Oh, it's gotta be in here. It's a ballad. Is it? No. No, that's some other weird shit. God dang it. Is it not on Spotify? But you know what? Yeah, screw it. We're gonna play it from YouTube while doing a YouTube live stream because we can. It's so bad. Now, I don't know who else is watching, and frankly, I don't care. Because if it's just me and Ponto, which I'm pretty sure it is right now anyways, we are going to listen to John Cage. Because this man is a psychopath. Unfortunately, he kind of looks like the professor I had named John Boylan. Except he's not a lunatic like this guy. And what I mean by that is I really hope 443 is here on Spotify. I think that would be amazing. Oh, it is. Oh, it's not 443, it's 433, excuse me. Here it is. Oh, someone did their own version. Except there's actually sound. Again, I don't know if I'm gonna get. Yes, get the cat on the keyboard. You guys don't know what we're talking about here if you don't know John Cage. Let me show you. I'm sure any of these will be fantastic. No, we'll play this one. No, what the heck? That actually sounds good. This isn't the John Cage that I know. No, 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 no. No. Alright, we're getting there. Ugh. God, so bad. So, quick history lesson. For those who don't know, John Cage, I don't want to say he's a complete idiot because he has some decent stuff. He's famous for being weird. I'm trying to remember what was the big song by him that we listened to. That was just so weird. I was ready to leave the classroom because God Almighty, was it bad. No way. I can't even remember. He has so many pieces. That's the problem. Death and Life. That sounds great.
My favorite. That between.
No, that's just him talking. That's great. Hope? What does Hope sound like?
I hope that we get the last young attention.
What?
Nor did the other people.
What? No! That's not... You stupid idiot. Oh my god. What is this? A happy birthday, John. Oh, okay. See, that's the problem right there. we're not listening to the classics. The world of percussion, Child of Tree. Yeah, see, like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? That's what I want to know. Anyways, long story short, this guy makes weird stuff. But anywho, I'm noticing, unfortunately, not many people showing up for the live stream. I don't know if people are just stuck doing other stuff. People are taking a nap because there's nothing better to do. But I'm not gonna take it personally or anything, you know. But I definitely want to start actually making this song with people when there are people in the live stream. So I think we're gonna call it here today. But this was a good start, you know. We had some fun. Pondo definitely made this an enjoyable experience. So thank you for that. Anyways, this was just kind of the intro, the beginning. We're probably going to do a lot better tomorrow. I'm all you need. Yes, yes you are. You're fantastic, Pondo. Thank you for sticking it out with me for an hour. I really appreciate it. I also don't want these live streams to be too long. I think that's just excessive. So, with that said, hope you have a great rest of your day, Pondo, and anyone else who caught this. I know Alyssa was watching this, so shout out to Alyssa. And with that, oh God, am I forgetting anything? I don't think I am. Yeah, I mean, obviously I was hoping more people would show up, but it's real life, so it is what it is. But anyways, I thank you guys all for watching. This was awesome. It's a great start. It's something to keep me busy too. Something for me to keep on my mind. Something to keep me productive. So honestly, even if it's just one person watching, it's not a big deal. But I'm hoping that we have a decent audience tomorrow so that we can actually start getting to work on this song. Because I definitely want to interact with you guys and make a song with you guys. I think that'd be awesome. So, with that said, this is going to be the end of this live stream, but I will be on probably around the same time tomorrow. Maybe 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock starting tomorrow. We shall see. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you all next time.